Well, it's time to check in with Robin Cross of StoneX. He's located in Chicago. He's our resident expert on what's going on in the lumber markets. And I have to admit, Robin, you and I have talked for several years now on a weekly basis. And usually when you and I talk, it's a big event because it's like a major high or a historic high or historic low or something going on, major volume limit moves. And I have to tell you right now, that market is about as flat as can possibly be. So what's going on here?
Marlon, isn't it nice? It's actually really nice. A guy could get used to this kind of activity. Well, good morning. Thank you for having me as always. First, we'll go into a couple prices and we'll kind of dive into the details. So January lumber this morning, as your lead, is trading $427.60, down a whopping 180 with 52 trades today. March is trading at $429.90, down 390 with only 10 trades over there. So very light trading in that deferred. Well, Marlon, like you said it, last 4 weeks have been the quietest, tightest range lumber has traded in this entire year. Heck, it's probably the past couple years, but I just looked back at this year for this morning. Since Halloween, the market has been stuck between $470 and $412. And if you fast forward 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks have been even tighter than that, just trading between $412 and $445. $30 range, who would have ever thought? The previous 2 weeks established a double top at 445, and at the flip side, also a double bottom at 415. So lumber has been a total standoff and between the bulls and the bears. On one side, the bullish argument, it's quite simple. We are over 1,050 points from the high this year, and we are trading at levels that have been proven to be multi-month, multi-year lows, right? Not to mention we are substantially under the cost of production. And the industry fully expects another round of production curtailments. But so far, no news on that front. And then the bear argument is housing definitely hit the skids, undeniably, right? And the last 5 months, we've seen every single housing metric and report go straight down. And we have a very real expectation the Fed will continue to raise rates, right? So that's going to keep further pressure on housing demand. So it's a total toss-up. If you want to go back to the basics, I guess, Marlon, we could say fundamentally futures is a big premium to cash, right? Random Length print came out on Wednesday, and this is the lowest print in a couple of years to a dismal 375. And I think that was probably the lowest print in almost 3 years since the COVID 242 low. So we're going a while back. So you could buy the cash, right, in the streets and sell the board, in the futures for some protection. It's a nice hedge. That's like a $50+ hedge, right? The technical side is also quite simple. You have a double bottom at 415. You have a double top at 445. So what you do is you buy it as close as you can at 415. You know you're wrong if it takes out that low, and you just stop out and take a small risk. Same thing on the flip side. You wait and sell it till we get near those previous highs. Sell a little bit, and same thing. If you get a close above the previous high of 445, you get out. I know that's kind of generic, but this is the first time we had a sideways market where we can actually implement this trade, right? And then remember, one last thing. December is a very tricky time to trade. Most traders at this point have either lost or made what they were willing to do. So they don't usually look to increase risk before year end. And then, we've had rail issues for the last 6 consecutive years. This would make 7. So be on the lookout for that. Haven't heard anything. I've been watching it every day. Nothing on that front. And always watch the weather. December snow is one of the biggest, factors of our market. So that's about all I got today, good buddy.
Well, there is a lot going on and a lot to keep an eye on, especially with all the rail strike talk, et cetera. Robin, great to visit with you again. Thanks for all the information. Always a treat. Robin Cross of StoneX in Chicago with a look at our lumber market. We'll be back in a moment, and I'll take a look at the latest in our cattle and hog market activity.